Hello, I am Brian Foster, and I'm talking about Spiritism. And today I'm going to interpret some of the passages in the New Testament according to Spiritism. Let's get right into it. In Luke 17, verse 11 to 19, where Christ cures 10 lepers, but only one came back to thank him. Here is the passage of 10 lepers cleansed. Now it happened as he went to Jerusalem that he passed through the midst of Samaria and Galilee. Then as he entered a certain village, there met him 10 men who were lepers, who stood afar off. And they lifted up their voices and said, Jesus, Master, have mercy on us. So when he saw them, he said to them, Go show yourselves to the priest. And so it was that as they went, they were cleansed. And one of them, when he saw that he was healed, returned with a loud voice, glorified God, and fell down on his face at his feet, giving him thanks. And he was a Samaritan. So Jesus answered and said, Were there not 10 cleansed? But where are the 9? Were there not any found who returned to give glory to God, except this foreigner? And he said to him, Arise, go your way. Your faith has made you well. In the analysis of this set of verses, I will not comment on the cleansings of the lepers, but on the sad fact that only one person who was healed of a terrible disease, of which there was no cure at the time of Christ, returned to thank he who healed him. We are now, and were then, a selfish society. Once we get what we want, we lose sight of how we got it, and the lessons we should have learned upon the attaining of our wishes. The poor and unfortunate souls who had to suffer through the ravages of Hansen's disease, the modern name given to leprosy, were all preordained to have that sickness, and they were preordained to be cured by Christ. This would have occurred no matter what they did. However, they had the free will to offer heartfelt thanks to Christ, who cured them, and to analyze what power and who was responsible for their salvation. This was a test for all 10. Only one passed. Only one thought beyond their immediate gratification and considered how the stage was set for their dream to come true. Jesus expressed his disappointment when he said, Were there not any found who returned to give glory to God, except this foreigner? Like a teacher who gives a test, and the vast majority of the students fail, one can imagine Christ's reaction when he saw a mere 10% pass rate. Now, we cannot frown upon those who received a great gift and then ran away, for we've all done this. Instead, we should move forward, cast off old regrets, and contemplate 3 things. Number 1, why did we want something or a certain outcome in the first place? Number 2, what is our plan when our desire materializes? And number 3, what have we learned through the entire process? We all desire more. It is in our nature. Nevertheless, we must recognize that we are on this planet to change our nature. Therefore, we are compelled to query, is our goal in line with bettering ourselves spiritually and morally? It may be a material goal, which will set the stage to be able to improve our character. All desires should be filtered through this lens. When our immediate goal is attained, how we will use it for self-analysis and growth. For example, my wife and I sold one house and bought another. We purchased a less expensive home so it could be entirely paid for, and we would be released from having to work to merely pay the mortgage. But this was to set the stage so we could concentrate more on studying and advancing Spiritism. Although we are spending our savings to make the house comfortable for us. I never said to live without comforts, as long as they are contributing to your betterment and enjoyment on your long trek towards perfection. We all require respite and regeneration from time to time. Even in the spirit realm, there are temples with soothing waters, music, lights, constructed to refresh spirits who have toiled in the lower zones and earth amongst immature spirits. Each person needs to understand how to keep themselves in top emotional and physical condition. Lastly, what has the setting and of attaining of our goal taught us? Was it the correct objective, Could we have substituted a clearer target? Did we behave correctly in our quest? And what could we have done better next time? Keep in mind, recognizing mistakes is often more important than celebrating successes. We are on earth to learn, and learning by doing, even if it entails errors, is vitally essential to our overall growth. Hence, we should be like that Samaritan, thank God and Christ for attaining our dream. Think about how it was delivered and how we can now improve our own and other lives around us with our newfound bounty. If you would like to learn how the Spirit Andre Louis suggested we improve ourselves, please read my book, How to Live Inner Peace Through Spiritism. Also, please subscribe and share my articles. You can subscribe to Brian's Spiritist newsletter, and it's in the link below. God bless.